Let's imagine. Ladies, picture this. A world without men. I mean a literal world where women could reproduce without guys. Crazy, right? But let's dive into this wacky scenario. Could we survive? Would we thrive? Or would we just end up with a lot of unopened jars? How would we even make babies? Well, science has come a long way, folks. There's this thing called parthenogenesis, where some animals can reproduce without fertilization. Imagine if we could do that. We'd be like lizards, but with better fashion sense. A world without men would be different. No more dad jokes. Is that a pro or a con? No more leaving the toilet seat up. Definitely a pro. So could we survive without men? Maybe. Would we want to? That's a whole other question. All right, let's give credit where credit is due. Men have been pretty busy over the centuries. They've built some pretty impressive stuff. Roads, for instance. Ever driven on a smooth highway and thought, wow, this is nice? Well, chances are, a bunch of guys in hard hats made that happen. Thanks, dudes. And houses? Yep, men have been nailing those too. Pun totally intended. From cozy cottages to skyscrapers that make you dizzy just looking up, guys have been putting roofs over our heads for ages. But it's not just about brawn. Men have also been flexing their brain muscles in the corporate world. Think of all those big companies, you know. Chances are, there's a dude at the top. They're making big decisions, signing big checks, and probably having big headaches. Now, ladies, let's talk about us. We've been quietly, and sometimes not so quietly, crushing it in all those traditionally male fields. Remember those roads we talked about? Well, guess what? Women are out there designing and building them too. We're not just backseat drivers anymore. And houses? Oh, honey, we're all over that. There are female architects designing stunning buildings all over the world. Zaha Hadid? Anyone? She's like the Beyoncé of architecture. And let's not forget all the women in construction. They're swinging hammers and operating cranes like bosses. Who run the world? Girls. In hard hats. So could women survive without men when it comes to building and managing stuff? I'd say we're doing pretty well already. We're not just surviving, we're thriving. So, achievements through the ages. Let's hop in our time machine and take a look at some historical achievements. Men, you've had some pretty cool moments. Ancient Egypt? Those pyramids are impressive. And let's not forget about all those male inventors. Thomas Edison gave us the light bulb. Alexander Graham Bell gave us the telephone. Steve Jobs gave us, well, everything else. But hold on to your petticoats, because women have been making history too. Cleopatra was running Egypt like a boss while looking fabulous. Joan of Arc was leading armies in her teens. Marie Curie was discovering radioactivity and collecting Nobel Prizes like they were Pokemon cards. Modern marvels, today's gender powerhouses. Now, let's fast forward to today. Men are still doing some pretty cool stuff. Elon Musk is trying to colonize Mars. Mark Zuckerberg created Facebook, which, well, let's just say it's complicated. And don't even get me started on all those male athletes breaking records left and right. But ladies, we're not sitting on the sidelines. Malala Yousafzai is fighting for education rights. Serena Williams is dominating tennis and looking fierce while doing it. In the business world, women are killing it too. Whitney Wolfe Herd created Bumble and became the youngest female CEO to take a company public. Rihanna turned her music fame into a beauty and fashion empire.
Better together, why we need each other. All right, let's bring it home. Could women survive without men? Based on all we've seen, I'd say yes. We can build stuff, run companies, make scientific breakthroughs, and look fabulous doing it. But here's the thing. Do we want to? The truth is, men and women each bring something special to the table. It's like a potluck dinner. Sure, you could survive on just your own dish, but isn't it more fun and nutritionally balanced to sample a bit of everything? Men have their strengths, women have theirs, and when we work together, magic happens. Think about it. Some of the best teams in history have been co-ed. Marie and Pierre Curie discovered radioactivity together. Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz revolutionized television as a duo. So, while it's fun to imagine a world where women could reproduce without men, the reality is that we're better together.
In conclusion, let's celebrate our differences and our similarities.